The city of silent screams. Brickhaven was once a city of dreams, gleaming towers, neon lights, and families walking the streets without fear. But over the last decade, something dark crept into its veins. Crime didn't just grow, it became the city's pulse. People vanished, sirens replaced birdsong, and in the middle of this decaying city lived the Marrow family, fighting to survive. Jacob Marrow, once a crime reporter, now drove a taxi to feed his family. His wife, Elena, worked as a nurse. Their children, Max, 16, and Lily, 10, lived with them in a crumbling apartment above a pawn shop. They kept their heads down, spoke to no one, and hoped the darkness would pass them by. The darkness was already watching. A passenger in the dark. It began on a rainy Tuesday night. Jacob picked up a strange passenger from the train station, hooded, silent, holding a worn-out duffel bag. The man simply handed him an address, 127 Wraith Street. Wraith Street wasn't on any normal map. People whispered about it. Abandoned buildings, gang hideouts, and vanishing bodies. Jacob hesitated, but the fare was too good to ignore. When they arrived, the man stepped out and said, "Leave the city before morning. They'll be looking for this car." Then he disappeared into the shadows. That night, a black SUV parked across from Jacob's apartment. The engine was off. The headlights were on. It stayed there all night. Secrets in the basement. The next morning, Lily began drawing strange things. Black cars, faceless men, and a red X marked over their building. "Elena, look at this," Jacob whispered. "Something's not right." Elena looked pale. She was sleepwalking again. Last night, she kept whispering, "We'll go in the basement." "We don't have a basement." Jacob checked. Behind the pantry, something felt off. A hollow sound behind the wall. That night, he broke through it and found a hidden staircase. It led to a sealed-off basement filled with old files, burnt photos, and a wall of faces. One of the faces was Jacob's. Some were crossed out. Some had question marks. In the center of the room, scratched in red, were the words, "They watch through the walls." The Watchers. By Friday, Max didn't come home from school. His phone was off. Elena called the police. "Probably ran away," they said. "It happens." But Jacob knew better. He found Max's phone smashed outside their building, and a note shoved in the mailbox. "You took something that wasn't yours." That night, they were approached by a mysterious woman named Cassia, a former intelligence analyst now in hiding. She told them about the Watchers, a secret organization embedded deep in Brickhaven's foundation. They controlled information, erased people, and used children in a dangerous neurological experiment called EchoLight. Cassia believed Lily was reacting to EchoLight, sensing hidden signals, seeing behind reality. That's why the Watchers were coming. The deal. Cassia offered them a way out, but only if they helped her steal something from the core of Wraith Street, a hidden data drive inside a secured tower. It held proof of everything: names, faces, files, crimes. They had no choice. They left Lily in Cassia's safe house and entered the city's heart of darkness. Inside the tower, they found the drive and Max. He was alive, but changed, distant, blank. "They made me forget who I was," he whispered. "I don't remember my face." As alarms blared, the Watchers descended. In the chaos, Jacob, Elena, and Max escaped. Cassia wasn't so lucky. Burn it all down. Jacob released the drive's contents to the world. Broadcasting files, experiments, conspiracies. The truth lit fires all over Brickhaven. Riots broke out. Power structures collapsed. The watchers began to lose their grip, but they had one last card to play. They came for Lily. The final confrontation happened on the roof of their building. Elena held Lily close as the watchers closed in, faceless, unblinking. And then Lily screamed, not in fear, but in power. Glass shattered, lights exploded. Surge of invisible force burst from her. EchoLight awakened. Cameras fried. Drones fell. The watchers' control systems melted down. They were blinded. Epilogue. The city wakes up. Brickhaven began to breathe again. The watchers were gone, but the scars remained. Jacob, Elena, Max, and Lily had survived, but were no longer the same. Lily stared at the sky. "Are you okay?" Jacob asked. She turned, her eyes glowing faintly. "I can still hear them," she said, "but they can't hear me anymore." Or the beginning.